What's up, everybody? It is your boy Skipx here with another video for you guys here today, and what we're going to be talking about is Kingdom Hearts 3 and the third playable character that I think we're going to get in Kingdom Hearts 3. As we know, Tetsuya Nomura has already confirmed that there's going to be another playable character in Kingdom Hearts 3, which most likely will be Riku and his adventures with Mickey throughout Kingdom Hearts 3. But I also think that we're going to get a third playable character within this game. And with that being said, I'm just going to go down the main cast of Keyblade wielders within the series and see which of these characters has the best chance of becoming this third playable character. So starting off, Aqua. Number one, I don't think Aqua is going to be playable in Kingdom Hearts 3. As we know from interviews a long time ago, 0.2 of Fragmentary Passage was actually taken out of Kingdom Hearts 3 and made into its own little project, kind of as a tech demo for Kingdom Hearts 3 so they could get feedback from that. And as we have seen in these recent Kingdom Hearts 3 trailers, they have made great improvements in the Unreal Engine 4 with how the game looks and how smooth it looks. So with that being said, I don't think we're going to be able to play as Aqua in this game. Just seeing as where her character arc is going with her being Norded and taken over by Xehanort, it seems as if she is not going to be playable, and most likely we're not going to see too much of her throughout the game. Probably going to get the big reveal with Riku and maybe a boss battle, and then we won't see her again maybe until the end of the game possibly, but who knows. Moving on with Mickey. As I said, Riku will most likely be the second playable character in Kingdom Hearts 3 in my opinion. And with that being said, who is traveling with Riku? His good friend King Mickey. With him traveling with King Mickey and them experiencing the same things, there will be no purpose in playing as King Mickey because he's going to be doing the same things as Riku does. So there really isn't going to be a place to really play as King Mickey throughout Kingdom Hearts 3. So that's really my reason as to why Mickey will not be a playable character in that game. As cool as it would be to play as Mickey for an extended period of time and not just a certain boss battle like we did in Kingdom Hearts 2, I just don't see it being necessary for us to play as Mickey story-wise in Kingdom Hearts 3. Moving on with Ventus, obviously one of the three Keyblade wielders that we have to save on Kingdom Hearts 3. And with the situation that he's in and Aqua being Norded out, I wouldn't put it too far out the realm of possibility for him to become one of the 13 Xehanorts as well. And with him becoming one of the 13 Darknesses, that leads me to believe that he won't be on our side. Therefore, we probably won't be playing from him and seeing things from his perspective in the game, because I don't see him being awakened until much later on in the game, seeing as this is the biggest Kingdom Hearts story that we have gotten so far, with it being 40 to 50 hours as confirmed in the interview. I just don't see us getting any time with him, or if we do, it won't be too much and enough to actually make a gameplay segment out of. Next, as we know, a Keyblade wielder who's in a really bad situation right now, and we honestly don't know how he's going to come back, is Terra. As we know, his mind, body, and heart are all split up and are in really bad situations. With that being said, I don't really see where we would play as Terra at, and possibly we could play as him near the end of the game, but I don't think many people will want to, seeing as he's one of the less liked characters among our main Keyblade wielders. Not saying that he isn't liked, because there are definitely people out here who like Terra, even though I consider him to be a dumbass. Even with me understanding his place in the story, I'm not a big fan of him. I don't think he would be the character personally. I just don't really see it. Just out of all of the characters that we do like and that we do have to pick from, I just see him being one of the least likely options. Okay, next, Axel and Kairi, and I'm putting these two together specifically because they're going to be together for a majority of the game, because as we know, at the end of Dream Drop Distance, they were training to learn how to use their Keyblades. We have found out in an interview with Tetsuya Nomura, they're in this little pocket dimension training where maybe time also passes differently. And with that being said, seeing as Lee or Axel, whichever one you want to call him, and Keyblade are just getting to terms with their new Keyblades and all the abilities that come with that, I don't think there's going to be too many interesting things to really do with these characters other than when they come back and we're heading towards the final battle in Kingdom Hearts 3, where it's the 7 lights facing off against the 13 darknesses. So with that being said, and seeing as Axel and Kairi will be kind of novice compared to Sora, Riku, the King, and the other three Keyblade wielders, which is Aqua, Ventus, and Terra, that we possibly could also play as, I just don't think it would make sense for us to go from using characters that are basically Keyblade masters and going back to the levels of people who are kind of like novice in the way that they use their Keyblades. Even though I will say Axel is a very skilled fighter, he's using a completely different weapon, but a way that he could get around this is basically that he could just be using Keyblades transformations and transform his Keyblades into chakrams, and he can get around that problem very, very easily. Moving next onwards, and these next 3 characters are the characters that I see likely being playable in Kingdom Hearts 3 in this specific order, from least likely to most likely. And with that being said, we're going to start off this with my favorite character, which is Roxas. As we know, Roxas is in a situation where he's kind of trapped within Sora's heart, and he's kind of accepted his situation, but Sora, who is his somebody, says that Roxas deserves to be his own person, because Sora knows that Roxas is basically a separate entity from himself. They're not the same person at all. Whereas a lot of the nobodies that we have seen become somebodies are basically pretty similar to the person that they were. In the case of Axel and Lee, he's basically the same person. There really is no difference from what we have seen between these 2 characters. So with that being said, and seeing as Aqua has been taken over by Xehanort and possibly other characters that we thought would be part of the 7 Lights being taken over by Xehanort, Sora, on his quest to get Roxas to be his own person, probably needs to bring him back to become one of the 7 Lights in the final battle of Kingdom Hearts 3. With that being said, as we know, Xehanort also wanted Sora to be one of his 13 Darknesses, and Roxas as well. So it is very possible for one of the 2 characters, Sora or Roxas, to become a 13th Darkness, and if Sora was to become one of the 13 Darknesses for a short period of time, because I don't think that that would last a very long time, mainly because we know Sora is going to be the protagonist of future Kingdom Hearts games. I do think it would be best to play as the character most similar to him, which is his nobody, which is Roxas. Take Sora's place for the time being until they can get Sora back by the end of the game. So with that being said, moving onwards from there, the last 2 characters who I think are pretty much a shoo-in but possibly could have their place taken by Roxas is young Master Ericus and young Master Xehanort. And what I mean by this is the last game of the Darkseeker saga, so this is probably the last game Xehanort is ever going to appear in, and everything dealing with him, which I really hope is true. And with that being said, I really want to finally get the backstory of Xehanort, how he got off the island, who was his and Ericus's master, did they have a 3rd member in their trio, because we know Kingdom Hearts has this thing with trios where we have Sora, Riku, and Kairi, we have Roxas, Xion, and Axel, we have Terra, Aqua, and Ventus. So is it possible that there was a 3rd member of Ericus's and Xehanort's trio, and possibly this 3rd member's death could have maybe led Xehanort down a certain path or a certain conclusion in life that led him down the path of what he is doing right now? There's so many things and so many ways that this backstory could go. Maybe seeing the backstory from Ericus's perspective and what his friend is going through and how he kind of fell down this path, or even just looking at it through the eyes of Xehanort and maybe finding out what his intentions are, and maybe his intentions in actuality are not that bad, but the way he's going about it is horrible and is affecting a lot of people's lives in a very negative way. So with that being said, those are my opinions on who I think the 3rd playable character would be. Most likely, I think it will be between Roxas, young Ericus, or young Xehanort, and the other characters that I named on this list, which are Mickey, Aqua, Terra, Ventus, Lee, and Kairi, are very unlikely in my personal opinion. But with that being said, let me know your opinion on this down below. And even if it isn't story relevant, who do you think you would want to play as in Kingdom Hearts 3 if you could play as one character other than Riku and Sora? Who would you want to be able to play as, even if it's just Donald and Goofy? Let me know your opinions on that down below. And with that being said, it has been your boy Skipx. I will see you all in the next video, and I am out.